Welcome back to Thrani, I'm Joe B. Today I'll show you how to walk properly with a narrow-based quad cane. Let's dive in. The narrow-based quad cane is a common assistive device preference for stroke patients who are ready, balance and coordination-wise to transition from the wide-based quad cane. The appropriateness of it stems from the fact that stroke patients will most of the time have one-sided weakness, may it be the right or left side. Due to that only one-sided weakness and one strong side, the narrow-based quad cane is normally held on the strong side. Although narrower and smaller base, but due to the presence of 4 prongs, it offers better stability to prevent falls as compared to the single-point cane. Here are the parts of the narrow-based quad cane. To adjust the height of the narrow-based quad cane, patients should stand hip-width apart and elbows fully extended. The narrow-based quad cane should be placed at the good or sound side first, and a big part of that is due to the fact that the patient's unsound or weak lower extremity can vary in height depending on the hypotonicity or reduced muscle tone, or hypertonicity or increased tone. The midfoot should be in line with the main stem of the quad cane, and from there, the hand grip should be in line with the greater trochanter of the femur. If unable to locate, then the wrist of the fully extended elbow could be used as reference. To manually adjust the height, the caregiver or therapist can place the narrow-based quad cane upside down or horizontally to loosen the fixing clamp first, then press the height adjustment button. Moving it towards the handlebar will shorten the quad cane and away from the handlebar to lengthen it. The flat side of the quad cane should be next to the lateral border of the foot. To walk properly with it, utilize the 3-point gait initially for better sequencing, balance, and retention of skills. The patient advances the narrow-based quad cane held on the sound or good side first, then the weaker or unsound leg, then the good or sound leg. Turning to the right or left should be done at a 45-degree increments with the quad cane moving first, then the unsound or surgical leg, then the good or sound leg. Walking backwards can be attained by advancing the quad cane backward first, then the good leg, and then the unsound leg. If you are working to improve terminal stance or initial swing phase of gait, where the patient needs to initiate hip hyperextension and knee flexion, then backward stepping can proceed in such a way that after moving the quad cane backwards, then the weak or unsound lower extremity should go next, then the sound side. Ensure when advancing the quad cane that the 4 prongs are flat on the ground before advancing the weak lower extremity. After each step, the feet should always end up with toes in line with each other. This gait pattern is called a 3-point step 2 gait since it has 3 steps. This can then be progressed to a 2-point pattern where the quad cane and unsound lower extremity is advanced first, then the sound lower extremity steps through. Eventually, the patient can progress to a single tip cane. So do you want to know how to walk properly with a wide-based quad cane? If so, then watch this next video. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share, and comment. And for more therapy animations, please subscribe to Thrani.